we're officially, I think we're streaming. We think we're live.
I know this is our first time doing this, so
Okay.
if it doesn't work, then someone should tell us.
Someone should let us know. Okay, well, welcome to Sea Supply Chains, our very first live streaming episode.
And Katie set up all the beautiful scenery,
balloons,
and we're together in person.
It's really hiding the massive mess that's
we
in
took
my
pictures
basement.
of that too. Yeah.
But we are celebrating something really special. It is exactly, just over a year since we started this.
Yes.
So we wanted to do a cheers to each other and a cheers to all of you who are listening.
Mm-hmm. I asked Katie, I was like, should we cheers at the beginning or the end? She's like, beginning, so
beginning.
We can drink.
So we can sip while we do this. Okay, so whether you have been along the whole journey or joined along the way, we are so happy to have you here and actually really appreciative and thankful. This has been so fun interviewing all these amazing women and allies too now. But also hearing from everybody in the community too.
I know. As I was looking for the giveaway, which is going to happen today. So for the lovely cup, as part of that, I was reading reviews, and it is just very cup filling to read people's reviews. And we talk about this in the podcast, I think, because you never know how people are going to love your dream, or so to hear people feeling excited and like we're making an impact in the supply chain community, that just makes me. It makes me very happy. But yes, so there is a giveaway, and I have to give a shout out to my BFF Keisha Jackson. She made these cups for Katie and I. She is the Cricut master,
the queen of crafts.
The queen of crafts.
Yeah.
I could never even envision this. Like, she helped us with our logo.
Yep.
So by the end of our live session, we will announce who's going to get their own special cup. This is not on the website, so you can't even.
Specially made
just for you. So she's waiting for the winner, and then we'll get that sent over to you. Okay, so you guys know I love some stats. So love some numbers. And everybody, sometimes on Instagram, they're like, it's not about the numbers. It's not about the downloads.
Courtney's like, I want to know the
numbers. Okay. So it's been a year, and that's probably one thing that Katie and I've learned. There's like a lot of podcasts that don't make it past 2 or 3
which we didn't realize
episodes.
Yeah.
And so we have 44 episodes. We did have our first male ally.
Yep.
And so we are going to continue to do that. And then we hit 10,000 downloads a few days ago. So now we're at 10,300. So we keep moving. And we have 8,500 listeners across the globe.
That's so cool.
I think that's amazing. And then we've hosted 3 virtual events. We had 2 networking events and the lovely wine tasting education event with Camille. Camille, we're going to do that again. Hopefully you're listening, because that was super popular. And so I think for us, like, every milestone is, I feel like it's like really slow, steady growth, which we're excited about. And clearly, so from social media perspective, LinkedIn is our jam. Like, that's where we have super high engagement, and Facebook's kind of sad. So if you're on Facebook, thanks for the 8 listeners. For all 8 of you, we appreciate you. But LinkedIn is kind of like, I think that's our people's.
Yeah.
Because
although, having said that, I was just talking actually with Samita, who was one of our first guests, and she was like, Katie, get on TikTok. She's like, apparently, get on TikTok.
I think Crystal or Elise might know. I think we're on TikTok.
Oh, shoot.
We didn't know. I think she didn't tell us. She was like, and Threads, because I was like, what is this Threads thing? And how do we do it? And Crystal was like, we're already. So anyway, I think we're on or about to be on TikTok.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We don't know how to do that.
That was some really good feedback she gave us. She was like, you guys have so many nuggets from your guests, just like all these like words of wisdom. And she's like, and I use them all the time. She's like, but you should have them on TikTok. And I was like, feedback received.
So now I think that's already a plan that we weren't aware of. Okay. So one of the things we talked about, what was your favorite episode or moment from the past year?
I would say, well, I don't know if I can pick a favorite episode that's like picking a favorite child. And frankly, that just depends on the day sometimes. I think what I have loved, this one's not a moment, I've loved connecting with each of like the guests.
Yeah.
Because whether it's somebody that is brand new that we've never met before, I learn something new all the time. And even with some of our guests that we have known for years,
Mhm.
like something pops up that I'm like, we just didn't know. And I love that surprise still.
Mhm.
And then I think from like a personal standpoint, there's been a lot of learning this
Mhm.
past year, around figuring things out that I didn't know how to do before. I love like our sessions where it's me and you, sometimes at a kitchen table, sometimes out
Yes.
at a restaurant. But just trying to figure things out and like try different
Or
things.
me, like, texting Katie at 3 AM, like, I was like, "I have an idea." And she's like and I, like, continue to text and copy and paste, and I'm like, she's probably like, "What the hell is she
And
doing?"
then when I wake up,
And you're like, "Oh."
I'm like, oh, I was like, I kind of love this. Maybe we could try this. Maybe we could do
So,
this.
yeah. No,
Okay, yeah. What about you?
okay, I was gonna say I was gonna pick favorite child, but I won't do that.
You can pick a
Um,
favorite child. Do it.
no, I think I really appreciate our early episodes,
Yeah.
because we didn't know what the heck
Oh
we
my
were
gosh.
doing.
The interview questions were like 20 pages long. I
I
was
know,
like,
they were so long, we didn't know how to, like, ask follow-ups,
yeah.
so I don't know, and I will tell you, I loved the wine tasting with
Oh,
Camille
that was a lot of
because
fun.
I just think it was educational,
Mm-hmm.
it had, like, supply chain nerd
Mm-hmm.
part, and it was just super fun,
It was.
and I
I love
love that
that.
we got to connect Camille with another person, another guest.
Yes.
I love the, like, double connections. Um, yeah, and then, like, just seeing, like, Sabrina Carr was, our first,
And she
episode.
just got
And she just got
promoted.
promoted to vice president at Clorox. And so, like,
Yeah.
seeing people
Yeah.
in the year, just continue to grow in their careers. I love the learning. Like we just
Yeah.
with the Anna McGovern one. So now that we're on her WhatsApp team chat,
Mm-hmm.
just seeing the energy there, and then just like she has so many
Many good
nuggets. Like I
stories. Yeah.
realized I was telling someone else about the podcast. I feel like it's made me better at my day job.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Oh, yes. I agree with that.
yes, and I have a new day job, so
That's
that's like
right.
yeah. So it's like been a lot of change. So I moved, which was and new job yeah, it's been a lot.
I
Somebody
will say during her literally first week on the job, she was like, I think I found my new Katie. And I was like,
mhm,
you know what? That's too soon. Too soon. I'm still.
I know. I was like,
I
I
was
haven't
like, how could you?
I know. But I was like, she's like super nice and blonde.
I was like, too soon.
I know. I thought about it later. That probably wasn't like
I was
this
like,
thing.
too soon. Too soon. I'm not
I
ready
just
for
needed
it.
to find a friend. I was like,
You did. You
I
found
was
one.
so nervous because I was at my previous company 20 years.
Yes.
And it was like the first day of school. And I was like, what if they don't like me? Like, what do I wear? And yeah, and like my daughter had to give me a pep talk. She's like, Mom, you're gonna be okay. And I was like, okay. She's like, you'll make friends. I'm like, all right. So yeah, that was super. Yeah, I was nervous. I was like, I got fine. I'm like, I don't know if you're my new Katie, but I'm telling you.
You're going to be my Katie.
She's like, I don't know Katie is what's happening. Yeah, she's not my new Katie, but she's like, I was not agreed to this situation. I know. So now me and Katie call on the way home, and I'm like,
I know.
I know,
Our chat time.
I know. My mom's like, what are you gonna do? I'm like, me and Katie are actually friends,
So we still see each other.
like,
We still have a podcast.
we'll catch up after. Okay, so we did have some questions from the audience. If you have questions, please
Drop them into the
drop
chat.
them in.
We will try and figure this out. I
We
am
don't know how
looking
they're
right
gonna come
now.
through, but Elise will tell us.
Elise will tell us.
What they are. And thank you, Elise. Elise has been with us for the full year.
The full year. She's listened to all of it.
She hears all the stuff in the transcripts and all the things, like everything. Okay, so this is from Paige. So she said, I've gotten different advice from mentors over the years and wanted to understand you and Katie's perspective. So is it better for emerging leaders to have deep subject matter expertise or have a broad understanding of their field or supply chain? Thoughts?
Ooh, that's a great one. And I think it's an and.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think there's a do one and not the other. One of the things I think is so important is whatever role you are in, like I always say, like put your whole heart into it
Mm-hmm.
because you're not going to be in that role again.
Yeah.
Like soak up as much as you possibly can because you have no idea whether it's the next role or maybe two later, what you gained and learned in that role, it will help you. I still, like literally the other day, we were talking about something in overuse. And I referenced like a problem I solved when I was like a team leader, like 20 years ago, and some of the data we had and things that we could do with it. So I think it's both. And I
Yeah.
think you gain that deep knowledge while you're in a
Yeah.
particular role. So, like, put your whole heart into it, learn as much as you can. And then as you continue to get these other roles, you'll start to see how things connect.
Yeah.
And I think you can also ask questions, like start to ask, like, where are you passing off this information to? And like, how
Mhm.
is it helpful to them or not helpful to them? Like, you can still like start to make those connections, but I think you can build that deep knowledge, like in the seat you're in, and whether you realize it or not, it is preparing you for those
I
future
would
roles.
agree. I do think, as I look back at my background, probably similar. Our background's very similar. I wish I'd had more planning and maybe
Mm,
procurement. That's areas that I've figured out over time, and just because part of our
had
roles
to.
had to. So I do wonder. I think I was very engineering, manufacturing, maintenance,
Yep.
and I wish I had maybe planning or logistics, kind of in that space a little bit
Yep.
more. The one thing, to Katie's point, like, it is crazy how the job different jobs connect to each other.
Hmm.
The people, when I was leading global reliability, which I didn't even think was a thing I wanted to do, and because it was a global role, I got to interface with the European
Yeah.
plant managers, and then they were working for me at some point. And so then I didn't have this huge hurdle
Yep.
because they knew me. So, but I never at that time would have ever
Connected
known.
the dots and no, that was
And
going to
I do
happen.
think we talk about this all the time. Plant experience, like the stuff you learn at the plants, you will
Yep.
never learn that
Nope. Anywhere
anywhere
else.
else.
Yeah.
And it's super hard.
Agree.
And okay, so that was
All
one.
right. What's another one for you?
Okay, this made both of us. So this is from Hajiani. And full disclosure, so Hajiani was my first au pair. Yes.
Ah,
And was with us years ago. We still talk. Anyway, thank you, Hajiani, for your question. So how challenging is in the supply chain to lead from another country? That's a good
mm,
question. Um, is the leadership the same regardless of the culture, or could you see some differences? So I thought that was good.
it's
Okay,
a really good one.
I think so. The things that I would say leading across country, I think you really do have to, especially if usually English is the business language,
Mhm.
which is helpful. I do think you have to, as Americans, and we don't know we do it, the analogy, specifically
Oh,
sports,
yeah.
um, sometimes the acronyms, that's just
Mhm.
all the companies have that. I do think I have always, when I'm leading a team that's not based in the US, I do think you need to research and understand that culture.
Yeah.
Because there are things that are completely taboo somewhere, and then we would never know it. So I try to and have somebody in that region that you trust to give you feedback
Yeah.
on what's working. For I know myself, it forces me to slow down. It forces me to be much more clear. I'm much more concise because you have to
Mhm.
be. So I do think it helps you be a better communicator,
It does.
but I do think you have to understand the culture and what motivates people,
Mhm.
um, how compliant people
Yep.
are. Because I've seen that in some certain regions where if you as a leader say do it, people will do it.
Yep.
Um, and what is the impact of that? So I do think you have to. I think there's some leadership principles that go
Yeah.
across. I do love. I can't remember what episode that was. When she's from India and she said how like they're trained to ask us about the weather and all that, the
Yeah.
random thing. So I do think like understanding the pleasantries and what is not a common
That was
practice.
Supriya. Yeah.
Yeah, Supriya.
Yeah.
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 And then like when I was in Europe, they talk about everything.
Yeah.
Religion, politics, like
Mhm.
everything, things that we would never talk about at work. Um, so I do think it is critical to spend time, and then have somebody that's gonna tell you when you go off the rails or say something
I
you
love
shouldn't.
that.
Okay, what about you? I mean, you led in country as
Yeah,
well.
no, I think you've hit on all the right things. I think the language, don't underestimate the communication that you can do with everybody and the context.
Mhm.
I think is really important. I do think there's local nuances where it's one of those things where you like have to like honor that and understand that. And that is why I think the best piece of advice and like that I love that resonated with me was like, who's your person that's going to be like
Mhm.
your truth teller or will really let you know how something landed with
Mhm.
everyone. I do think that's really important because there are differences. I mean, even within the US,
The
you know,
truth.
leading teams in the South versus the Northeast, the West Coast, I
Mhm.
mean, the Midwest, it is different.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out a way to still be your authentic self and still connect and resonate with people so that it lands.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay. So we don't have any more questions, or if we do, we don't know how to read them. So if we don't answer them today, we will do that another day. Um, so one ask that we have, this is a funny story.
I'm
Hopefully
going to try
Kate
and look.
Okay, Katie's gonna try to look. Hopefully Katie doesn't mind me telling the story. So so please leave us reviews, specifically on Apple and Spotify. And here is why. So Katie spent like, I don't know how many hours
I went down a rabbit hole.
on like a Saturday trying to break the algorithm for podcast searching.
Okay,
But it worked.
it worked, but also I was so mad. I did like a search. I was looking up for one of our old podcasts to actually send to someone to listen to. And I just did this search of like supply chain. And I don't expect us to be number one or number two because there's some bigger podcasts on there. But I'm like, we're
We
not
could
even,
be number 3.
I was like, we're not even on the first page. Like I'm still scrolling to try and find it. And there were all these podcasts. And I was like, and again, we had been told the algorithm was like, how frequently you publish,
How many
how many
episodes?
episodes, how many reviews you get. And there were some that I'm like, these podcasts died a death years ago.
We call them like the podcast graveyard. Someone told me that term and I loved it. But it's so true. They had like
And I was like, how are they above us? So yes, I did.
so
I went down
Katie
this rabbit
went
hole.
in and like,
I updated all of our titles and all of our podcast titles now have the word supply chain in it. Like
so
the
what I would
algorithm
say
will
is
find us.
the reviews help
Matter.
and they matter.
Yeah.
So please leave a review. So people can find us and it helps keep our momentum going. Okay, also this next year we're doing something called Brand Ambassador Program. So we already have one-ish brand ambassadors, and so we just want other people to help us spread the word. And so what does that mean? So if you go to our website, shesupplychains.com, you'll see on there some different levels of brand ambassador. But you're like, what's in it for me? What do I get? So you'll get early access to new episodes. You'll get special shout outs on the podcast and on social media. You'll get 15% off of all of our merch. And more importantly, you're helping the She Supply Chains community grow and thrive. So if you're interested in that, please go on the website. We already have one brand ambassador, Ariane. She was like graciously like, I will
Yes.
do it. She's like, what do I gotta do? So if that sounds interesting to you, please sign up on the website. Also on the website, like, and we do get this, like, please send us if you're interested. Right now, we were looking for college students or early career to come be guests because we want to make sure we're
During
talking
all voices.
all voices. So please do that. And if you're interested in being on the podcast, please reach out. We'll tell you that there are people that have reached out and they've been guests
Yeah.
on the podcast.
So this is it. We are 1 year
Yeah.
down, but it feels like we're just getting
know.
started.
It feels like a year was like 3, didn't it? You know
Some
what I mean?
days it did. Yeah. This was a big year, I feel like, for both of us.
Yeah.
So
I have a
on top
question.
of the podcast.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what are you most excited about for year 2?
I continue to be excited about the voices. So the women that we connect with, we somehow then end up like crossing paths with later. And this to me is like the power
Because you
of like
saw
women's
you
supply
saw
chain. I just saw Ellie and Sarah. They
Yes.
actually came to General Mills for Innovation Day.
and I heard they were amazing.
They were amazing. Like their storytelling was so good. And it's inspiring. And
Yeah.
so I love when those connections continue.
Because they're like really early careers.
They're
too.
they are.
And they're
and
doing like amazing things.
amazing things. I mean, they're co-founders and have a startup. So I mean,
Hey, what are we doing?
what are we doing? Yeah. So I love that. So I'm hoping like in year 2, like that momentum continues and there's like
Yeah.
even more. I also in year 2 want to do some I love our virtual. So I want to do
Yes.
another 1 or 2 of those. I'd love to do another wine one because that was fun. but I'd like to do some in-person ones.
Yeah, me and Katie see ourselves on like the TEDx stage at some point. Or the
I think
Today Show.
that's more Courtney, but I'm there with her. I'm there with her.
I want to be on the TEDx stage. You don't want to be on the TEDx stage?
You're more high vis than I am.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
forgot.
like,
what is that? What is that?
I'm like low vis and you're high vis.
Like,
And we need each other because I'm like, she's pulling me out there. I'm like, okay, I'll do it.
you're the one that wants to do in person. You want to do like in person.
I want to do like in person. Like, can we get together for a dinner?
I'm like a stage.
And I was like, we're like a dinner table.
I'm like the Today Show. I saw that like Maha's on the Today Show. I'm like, this is gonna.
That was amazing.
I know. We're gonna ask her.
We're gonna ask her to come on. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're right. Your version of high vis and my version of high vis are.
But I'm excited about all of it. What about you? What do you want to do in year 2 besides be on the Today Show?
No. Okay. Today Show maybe is. I don't know. I'm a dream.
That's
big.
year 3.
No, I'm a dream big. Maybe
Okay.
like so. Yeah. Today Show or TEDx.
Okay.
We'll
I
see.
love it.
Don't know what we're gonna talk about, but it's fine. We'll call Victor. He's our speech coach. He'll make it amazing. Let me think. I don't know. I want us to like. I would love a high vis
Okay.
something.
All right.
I don't know what it is, but I do feel like my financial coach she's like a business coach too. We talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
Like, here's what I would say. Okay, 2 things. She's like, people want to watch and listen when you helping them solve problems. So I want to continue to do that and get better at it and making sure that we stay relevant. Because I think it's easy to just like keep doing what we're doing, but how are we like evolving and growing? I was even like in my late night early morning musings. I was listening to the Money with Katie podcast.
Yeah.
Ooh, this latest episode's great. This is another one. I was like, we should invite her. But her book she wrote a book and it was like with interviews. I was like, we can write a book with all of our like
all the interviews
and stuff. Anyway, this is what I dream of. But yeah, I think like just making sure that we're continuing to grow our viewership and downloads and like solve people's problems and like learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I think make our lives better too. Like make supply chains better. But yeah, I don't know.
I love that.
I do want to have something. I don't know.
All right.
I'm not even going to apologize for that.
You shouldn't. Manifest it. Okay. Let's do a cheers.
Cheers.
To year 2 and beyond. And cheers
Thank
to all of you. Thank you for joining.